Hey guys, welcome to today's video. We're looking at the Premonition. This is the Moon Pulse Rifle. Check out this roll. Snapshot, moving target, fluted barrel, appended mag, and a stability masterwork. Shout out to the homie Nathan for letting me hop on his account to try this thing out. This is a pretty rare weapon. It got repurposed, just like the other Moon weapons, but this one is only available from the Pit of Heresy dungeon on the Moon, I believe. I could be wrong on that. That is why I personally haven't got my hands on one of these. You don't get it from the lectern system. You have to do some Pit of Heresy runs and get lucky, and then you maybe will get this Premonition. Now guys, as always, a quick reminder to like and subscribe. Guys, liking the video really helped me out. The past few videos didn't do so great. I need your help here to hit the like button to juice up the algorithm. Leave a comment if you haven't subscribed. Do all of that good stuff, because today's video is a good one. I'm excited for this video simply because this is a good weapon that is kind of rare, and it has a very targeted way to acquire it, and for me it adds a little edge to the Pit of Heresy activity, especially if you enjoy high impact pulse rifles, which is what this thing is. The curated role on this weapon is absolutely fantastic as well. I would love to get my hands on that, but I think you need to be a little bit lucky to get that curated role. I will be showing you that curated role as well as all the other possible roles on the weapon shortly here in the video. I want to focus on the gameplay as well. We have some really solid plays here, and of course with this being an energy high impact pulse rifle, well, you know what? Chaperone time. Yes, I know I've been using a sidearm with a pulse rifle recently, but you know what? I thought today, let's get the Chappy out, see what this loadout can really do. Because if you're going to use a weapon like this as an energy high impact pulse rifle, then you might as well go all in and optimize, right? And Chaperone is kind of meta right now, so I'm being a meta Mitchell. Sue me guys, sue me. I'm also using the terrible nerfed Behemoth that is no longer a very good subclass. So you've got that going for you. Now, there is one thing with this weapon that isn't so hot in my opinion, and that is the recoil direction on the gun. It can't really get up to a perfect vertical recoil pattern unless you stack an arrowhead brake and a counterbalance mod together. So if you don't get arrowhead brake, like I don't have arrowhead brake here, you're not going to have that perfectly vertical recoil. That being said, the decent stability stat on the weapon combined with a fantastic sight on the gun means that overall it's not such a problem. Now we're going to take a look at the possible roles you can get on this weapon. And in order to do that, we're going to head over to d2gunsmith.com. Check this website out, guys. It's really awesome. So you can see the possible perks here. You've got Surplus, which is a solid perk, Zen Moment, which is S tier on pulses, Moving Target, Killing Wind, Slideways, and Feeding Frenzy. Now, in my opinion, the pick of these perks would probably be Zen Moment, followed by Moving Target that we have. Moving Target gives you extra aim assist and strafe speed, which is really nice for getting in gunfights and winning a duel with someone. So that's really solid. Second column, you've got Snapshot, you've got Rampage, you've got Head Seeker. They're your three top tier perks out of the pick there. You really want to go for one of those. You see the curated role there, it had Firmly Planted and Under Pressure. Firmly Planted is S tier on pulse rifles, guys. If you've never used it, Firmly Planted is just insane. Head Seeker as well is very solid on high impact pulse rifles, allowing you to get a much more consistent 2 burst without the need for a damage perk. And it does have Rampage as an option, but honestly I think with this pulse in particular, if I could, I might go for a Head Seeker roll. Maybe a Zen Moment Head Seeker roll could be really good. This gun overall in this current meta, it feels empowered by those hand cannon nerfs. I had so many situations where someone would challenge me with a hand cannon at a further range and I would just dumpster them with this gun. Being able to 2 burst from really far away, it just feels very solid. Now, I was trying to put my finger on what makes this specific role so good, and I think I figured it out. This is a pretty special combination, guys, so you might want to listen up here. So, this role came with Fluted Barrel and a Stability Masterwork, right? So what does that mean? We're getting a big buff to our handling, and we're getting a really nice stability buff as well. On top of that, we have Snapshot. So when you combine these things together, you have great stability and you have great handling. And what happens is this pulse rifle, when you use it, it basically kind of feels like an adaptive frame pulse rifle in terms of the way it handles and the way it's easy to shoot and how accurate it feels. And of course, Moving Target as well factors in here, adding that extra aim assist. There's a cheeky wearing out of medals, by the way, in the background. And all of that combines to make this feel like a adaptive frame pulse rifle, but it hits like a high impact. And when you combine those two things together, well, you've got a very, very strong weapon on your hands, because it kind of seems to forego the typical downsides of a high impact weapon whilst performing like a high impact weapon in terms of its damage output. And when you combine those things together, you have a very powerful weapon. Now, I don't think I've spoken about it a great deal so far in the gameplay, but the sight on this gun is phenomenal. It is kind of like my ideal sight. It's very, very clean, it's not super clunky, it doesn't take up too much of the screen, it's got a nice solid dot in the middle so you can track your target perfectly fine. And when you combine that with those other things I just mentioned, making it feel like, you know, something out of its current archetype, well, you know what? You got a special weapon on your hands. And I think it's a good thing that they've put a gun like this in the game, and they've also put it behind something like Pit of Heresy. It's a really, really cool pulse, it's a really strong pulse rifle, and you know, you go and do an Altar of Sorrow or a Pit of Heresy, sorry, you know, you guys know I don't do moon stuff a lot. Oh wow, just got sent flying off the map. And you know, at the end of that, you have a chance to get yourself a really, really good reward with this weapon. Now, I do want to talk a little bit about the ways you can acquire the weapon now in a little bit more detail. So basically, what you want to do is make sure you pick up the weekly moon bounty and run some altars for the Hymn of Desecration. While other weapons can drop from the first 2 encounters, this helps prevent armor pieces from eating those drops. That is straight from the homie DMG on Twitter, the Destiny community manager, because he posted a roll of his Premonition and he kind of explained how to get it, and that kind of increases your chances of getting it. Instead of getting armor drops, you have more chances of getting yourself a really solid Premonition. This means, my friends, that you can target this weapon a little bit, but not as much as you can other moon guns like the Lullaby and so on. But like I said before, it's a kind of cool thing to go for, you know, and there's not much to go for loot wise in the game right now. I feel like most people have got all their Vogue rolls at this point, right? I know I have. I don't have Vex Mythoclast, granted, but like Vex is cool. I like Vex, but it doesn't have that draw to make me run Vogue every week until I get it personally. And you know, I got a few nice Fatebringer rolls and I'm pretty much done there. So for me, you know what, maybe I'll actually get my moon on soon, and well, that sounded so wrong, and maybe I'll try and get a Premonition of my own on my own account. With it being an energy weapon as well, it pairs up really, really nicely with the Shappy, so you can't really go wrong on that front either. This gun is just surprising me. The more I use it, the more I like it. And you know, that's always a good sign when it comes to using weapons. How do you like a gun's feel? You know, that matters in my opinion. It matters a lot actually. Sometimes a weapon's feel matters more than the stats on a gun, you know? Just like sometimes being in your super doesn't really matter when I have a suppressor grenade in my back pocket. You know what I mean? Does that make any sense? I don't think it does. But listen, we're just kind of, you know, vibing, chilling, shooting some people, dropping some bubbles. I've been a Behemoth Barry kind of relentlessly since this you know, big nerf happened to Behemoth. I started playing it even more because hipster, I guess, I don't know, but it felt good to be back on the bubble. Weapons of light, making a high impact pulse rifle hit like 48 to the head, and of course suppressor grenades. And you know what, man, my suppressor grenade throw is not rusty, let me tell you. We are still hitting those, ladies and gentlemen. We are still hitting them. Hey, you made a big mistake there, bud. There's a Titan in a bubble with a high impact pulse rifle in your vicinity. I would watch out. I would watch out, my friend. I would watch out. So yeah, guys, this is the Premonition. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Now, if you've made it all the way to the end and you haven't hit a thumbs up on the video, maybe reconsider your life choices and like this video to help your boy out. And if you haven't subscribed and turned on notifications, what's a brother got to do to make you do it, you know? I'll see you guys in the next video. Come by the Twitch stream, by the way. I'm live on Twitch right now, twitch.tv/shake. I'd like to see you there. Peace out. Have a good rest of your day.